All right, questions for Max. Jay and then Sean.
Hey, Max, it looks like Ben Bywater's going to step in for Keenan there on the depth chart. What can you tell us about him? What does he bring? What are some of his strengths that BYU fans can expect to see Saturday?
I mean, first off, it's sad to lose Keenan. We love that guy. He's one of our best contributors, and but we feel confident with the guys stepping up. We got some good linebackers, Ben especially. He works hard. He's worked hard a lot this offseason. He's gotten a lot bigger, a lot stronger. So, I mean, there's really not much drop-off, to be honest. I think we should have it under control in the linebacker room. Obviously, like I said, we're gonna miss Keenan out there. He's one of the best contributors on our team and one of our leaders on defense. But Keenan trusts in us. We trust in the process, and we're just gonna try to fill in the spots and fill in the holes as much as we can.
And then what do you recall from that game 2 years ago at South Florida? How much did you play? And if I remember right, they ran the ball pretty effectively on you guys. Do you think you can shut it down this time?
Yeah, that was one of the games my redshirt freshman year where I didn't take too many reps. I played a couple reps. I didn't play much, but I mean, it was a frustrating game. They ran the ball down our throats. We got that in our memories. A lot of the guys that played in that game are still here, so I think we don't want to come out flat and have that happen again. So.
Sean, you're up.
Trying to find the unmute button, Max. Sorry about that.
All good.
You think after 2.5 years or however long this pandemic has been, I know Zoom by now, right?
Yeah. I don't know it.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of that a little bit, how do you guys kind of avoid a little bit of a letdown after the last 3 weeks and the last two in particular of everything, I mean, where the stadium's been at and back-to-back ranked opponents and everything that has come with it? How do you kind of avoid sort of dropping off from that and still getting up for a South Florida game and a team that's probably going to be pretty hungry to win?
Yeah, I mean, like was mentioned before, I mean, a couple of years ago, that was right after we beat USC, beat Tennessee. So, I mean, it's really in hindsight, it's a similar situation going into the game. I think we've kind of just made us stress the whole season, never be confident, but not too confident in the fact that, you think you're better than anyone. You can't go into a game thinking you're going to dominate. You got to, play each game like it's going to be a good game, like it's going to be a dogfight, and we know it will be. South Florida, they are a good team. They have some athletes. They can spread the ball on you. So, and like 2 years ago, they ran the ball really well. So I think it's just a matter of, just trusting our responsibilities and taking care of our 111.
Okay, let's go Mitch and then Jared.
Yeah, Max, a couple weeks ago, earlier this month, you missed the Arizona game. I just asked this because of Keenan's injury. Where are you at health-wise? Are you I know that in the season it's probably never going to be at 100%, but are you feeling good with everything that you've been dealing with?
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, coming into the game against Arizona State, I was feeling pretty close to 100. So, I mean, my knee isn't a big factor into, me not performing or whatnot or playing as much. I feel like I'm healthy enough that I will be able to make an impact. But, I mean, it is just one of those things you got to get used to. And I'm sure it will nag throughout the season. Maybe I'll retweak it a little bit. But that's just football. I never really played in a game where I wasn't dinged up. So it's nothing new. So, I mean, just ready for it, ready for anything.
And there's guys behind you that are always ready on a moment's notice, guys like Drew Jensen as well. Just maybe Can you speak to just the depth that's in that linebacker room right now that you guys are all available at a moment's notice?
Oh yeah, I mean, me and Drew, we obviously came in, around the same time. Peyton, obviously, but we have a lot of guys that have been here and been in the system for a while, and guys that are newer. Josh, some other guys that we feel confident with whoever's willing to step in. I mean, Drew, obviously, the last couple of games, he's came in when he needed to, and he made some big plays for us. So he's someone you can count on to be physical and give it his all every play. So I don't think anyone's concerned about our depth at linebacker. I feel like all the guys are ready to come in and play on a moment's notice.
Thanks, Max.
Yep.
Max, I wanted to talk about takeaways for a second. You guys have done a pretty good job through 3 games. I think you have, 7 or 8 as a team. But there's also a balance to strike there, because occasionally you'll see guys ripping at the ball and then the running back will gain an extra 5 yards, or, you go for a pick and it'll turn into a big play for the other team. How do you find that balance as a defensive player?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's times to know when to go for the ball, when to make a play on the ball, when to go for the strip. And, sometimes it's not that time. If you're the first guy in the play on a tackle, if your guy catches it, it's not always the best time to go for a strip. And I think, after however many years of football for most of us on the team, I feel like we've all kind of, gotten used to that aspect of football is, you take care of your assignment first. And usually the second guy in the pile will be the guy to punch it out. It's a group effort. That's why you got to trust all 11 guys on the field, to create those turnovers, because it's not always going to be you. It's going to be the next guy in. So
It seems like in college football, the turnover prop has become a big deal, whether it's a belt or a necklace or a throne. Or what does that do as a defender? What does that mean if you get a pick or something like that, and you have some sort of a prop to kind of to play with, show off with?
To be honest, to be completely honest, I've never really been a big fan of like the turnover belts or anything, but getting that recognition from the players and from the coaches, that you made a big play is obviously something that's really cool, and I appreciated that on Saturday. It's a good feeling when you make a takeaway, when you complete a takeaway. So, I mean, me personally, I'm not as big. I'm not enthusiastic. I'm not a big celebrator. Maybe in the moment, but I could do without it. But some people love it for sure.
All right, that's going to be it for Max today. Thanks, Max.
Thank you.
All right, 2 Yakis next.